In this video, I'm going to be going through the top 10 hardest questions in the Life in the UK test. I'll be going through a sample question and then summarizing the key information you need to know for this topic. So question 1. How many members does the Northern Ireland Assembly have? A. 90, B. 118, C. 128, or D. 138? The correct answer is 90. So this question is about the devolved administrations. Here's what you need to know. You need to know the location of the devolved administrations. For Wales, it's in Cardiff. For Scotland, it's in Edinburgh. And for Northern Ireland, it's in Belfast. You need to know the number of members for each devolved administration. For Wales, it's 60. For Scotland, it's 129. And for Northern Ireland, it's 90. You need to know that in Wales, they have elections every 4 years. And you need to know the common things they can pass laws on. And more importantly, things they can't pass laws on, like defence. Question 2. When were men and women given the right to vote at the age of 21? A. 1918, B. 1928, C. 1903, D. 1923. The correct answer is 1928. This question is about voting ages. The reason I think it's tricky is that there's 3 different dates you need to know about. The first date is 1918, where for the first time women over 30 are allowed to vote, while at the same time men over 21 can vote. In 1928, men and women over 21 can vote, and this establishes a fully democratic voting system, where both men and women can vote at the same age. And then in 1969, men and women over 18 can vote. For question 3, the Restoration refers to the re-establishment of Catholicism as the official church in the 15th century. True or false? The correct answer is false. The reason I think this question is confusing is because you need to know the difference between Reformation and Restoration, 2 terms that sound very similar. The Reformation is a movement against the authority of the Pope and the ideas and practices of the Roman Catholic Church, whereas the Restoration is the re-establishment of the monarchy in 1660 when Charles II returned from exile after being invited back by Parliament. Question 4. Which of the following is an example of a criminal offence? A. Smoking in public places where it is not allowed. B. Disputes about faulty goods or services. C. Disputes about an unfair dismissal in the workplace. Or D. Disputes between landlords and tenants. The correct answer is smoking in public places where it is not allowed. This question is in the topic criminal and civil law. I think this is hard because we need to know the difference between what criminal law is and what civil law is. Criminal law is investigated by police and punished by courts, while civil law settles disputes between individuals or groups. I've put here examples of criminal law and examples of civil law, and feel free to pause the video to have a read. The reason I think this is confusing is because I wouldn't think smoking in public places is a criminal offence. But hey ho, I didn't invent the law. Question 5. Which court deals with minor criminal cases in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland? Is it A. the High Court, B. Justice of the Peace Court, C. Magistrates Court, or D. Crown Court? The correct answer is C. Magistrates Court. Let's also move on to another hard court-related question, question 6. How many members form a jury in Scotland? Is it A. 12, B. 14, C. 15, or D. 20? The correct answer is 15. Now, in my humble opinion, the courts topic is by far the hardest. There is just so much information you need to know about the courts that your average British person on the street would just not be able to answer. Let's first look at criminal courts. For minor criminal offences in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, the magistrate courts deals with them. And in Scotland, it's the Justice of the Peace Courts. For serious criminal offences, In England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, it's the Crown Court, where there's a jury of 12 people who decide guilty or not guilty. And in Scotland, you have the Sheriff Court, with a jury of 15 people, and the High Court, with a judge and jury of 15 people. For civil courts, minor offences, in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, are dealt with in the County Court, whereas in Scotland, they're dealt with in the Sheriff Court. For serious civil cases, in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, they're heard in the High Court, where in Scotland, they're heard in the Court of Session in Edinburgh. I mean, this is just painful having to learn this, but unfortunately, there are many questions on it, so I do recommend you spend the time memorizing it. Question 7. What is the minimum age required to drive a motorcycle? Is it A, 16, B, 17, C, 18, or D, 21? The correct answer is B, 17. This question is all about legal minimum ages. And I think it's hard because there are 3 categories of different ages. For 16-year-olds, they can drive a moped. And they can also drink alcohol with a meal when accompanied by someone who is over 18. 17-year-olds can drive a car or motorcycle. And 18-year-olds can buy alcohol, bet in shops, go to nightclubs, vote, stand for public office, take part in jury service, and take part in the national lottery. Question 8. What is the Turner Prize? Is it A, a literature award, B, a music award, C, a contemporary art award, or D, a theatre award? The correct answer is C, a contemporary art award. This question is all about prizes and awards. I think it's tricky because there are a whole bunch of different awards and prizes in different categories you need to know about. For the music category, there's the Mercury Prize and the Brit Awards. For theatre, there's the Laurence Olivier Awards. For film, there's British Academy Film Awards, otherwise known as BAFTA. For art, there's the Turner Prize. And for literature, there's the Man Booker Prize. Again, this kind of question just frustrates me. Like, who on the street would know all these different prizes? Question 9. Which 2 of the following are 20th century British inventions? A, mobile phone. B, radar. C, the World Wide Web. D, the light bulb. The correct 2 answers are radar and World Wide Web. I think this question's hard because you need to know about all the 20th century British inventions. I've summarized them all here in this table for you. Now you do need to know what the invention is and who invented them. Now there's quite a lot here, so if you remember just 5, I recommend these ones. Radar, the Turing machine, and by the way, if you haven't seen the movie Imitation Games, I highly recommend you watch it because it's a fantastic movie and you will not forget about Alan Turing and the Turing machine. The jet engine, the Concorde, and the World Wide Web. Question 10. Which of the following is a Crown dependency? A, Northern Ireland, B, St. Helena, C, the Channel Islands, or D, Wales? The correct answer is the Channel Islands. I think this question is tricky because it can be confusing between what a Crown dependency is and what a British overseas territory is. The 2 Crown dependencies you need to know about are the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man, and not that you need to know the geographical location, but I find it helpful to see them on a map in order to remember them. Down here we have the Channel Islands, which are islands in the English Channel between the UK and France, and over here we have the Isle of Man. British overseas territories are St. Helena and the Falkland Islands. Again, looking at a map just to help you remember, St. Helena is off the coast of Africa, and the Falkland Islands are off the coast of Argentina. You don't need to know what the technical difference is between a Crown dependency or British overseas territory. You just need to know which ones are which. Now, just 2 comments before we finish the video. The first is that you would be incredibly unlucky to get all of these questions in your test. The test tends to be a mix of very easy questions, medium questions, and harder questions. So please don't freak out if you don't know the answers to all of these. The second thing I want to say is that I have actually picked realistic hard questions. I've seen a lot of videos and online quizzes that just ask ridiculously hard questions that you would never get asked. Like the date of the potato famine in Ireland. You're just not going to be asked that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm on a mission to help you better prepare for the Life in the UK test. I've made an easy to follow and enjoyable video course where I've completely stripped down the material to focus on what you actually need to know for the questions that are actually asked. To show your support, please subscribe to my channel by clicking here, and to watch the next video in the series, click here. I look forward to learning with you and wish you the best of luck in the test.